Magic in Middle-earth. It's a word that conjures images of glowing rings, mighty wizards, and fiery battles. But beneath the well-trodden paths of hobbits and rings lies a far older, deeper, and far more mysterious power. A magic woven into the very fabric of Arda, wielded by beings so ancient that even the Valar themselves sometimes feared its potency. Today we journey beyond the familiar, beyond the One Ring's shadow. We will unravel the ancient magics of Middle-earth, forces older than the Elves, older than men, powers whispered in forgotten tongues, and sealed away in timeless artifacts. Welcome back to the channel. This is the story of the true, primeval magic that shaped the world. Magic in Tolkien's world is not simply spells or sorcery. It is a manifestation of divine power and natural force, bound by the will of the Ainur, the holy spirits who sang the world into being. The greatest of these powers are the Valar, the powers of the world. They are godlike beings who shape the land, the seas, and the skies during the First Age, wielding elemental forces as extensions of their very essence. Their magic was less about conjuring spells and more about commanding the raw building blocks of creation itself. For example, Manwë, king of the Valar, commanded the winds and the air. Ulmo ruled the seas, and Auli shaped the very bones of Middle-earth, its mountains and minerals. This magic is woven into the earth, eternal and immutable. Next came the Elves, the Eldar, children of light and song, born under the stars and awakened by the touch of the Valar. Elven magic is less about loud displays of power and more about preservation, healing, and beauty that defies the ravages of time. Their enchantments protect and nurture, creating sanctuaries of peace amid a world shadowed by conflict. The most famous of these magics are the three rings of the Elves, Narya, Nenya, and Vilya. Forged in secret by Celebrimbor, the greatest elven smith, these rings captured the light and spirit of the two trees of Valinor, the primordial sources of light before the sun and moon. Nenya, the ring of water, worn by Galadriel, was a shield of grace and renewal, preserving the golden woods of Lothlorien against decay and time's relentless march. Vilya, the ring of air, held by Elrond, sustained Rivendell, a hidden refuge of wisdom and healing amidst the wild. Narya, the ring of fire, carried by Gandalf, inspired hope and resilience in the hearts of the free peoples, igniting courage in the face of darkness. These rings' power was tied deeply to light and life itself, representing a magic of resistance, a refusal to succumb to shadow, decay, and despair. The Eldars' enchantments are thus a living memory of the world's original beauty, a bridge between the divine and the mortal. No story of ancient magic is complete without the Silmarils, the three jewels crafted by Feanor, the greatest of the Noldoran elves. The Silmarils captured the pure, undying light of the two trees, containing a power so extraordinary it sparked wars that tore the world apart. These jewels were not mere gems. They were living vessels of light and energy, so potent that even the Dark Lord Morgoth coveted them. Morgoth's theft of the Silmarils led to the tragic wars of Beleriand, shaping much of the First Age. The Silmarils' magic was unique, eternal, unyielding, and divine. Their light could purify or destroy, inspire hope or sow despair. But with such power came a terrible curse. Those who sought them were doomed to tragedy, binding magic with fate and doom. Beneath the Valar stand the Maiar, lesser Ainur spirits who entered Arda to aid in shaping the world. Among them were figures like Sauron and the five Istari, the wizards. Their magic is a fascinating blend of divine power and personal will. Sauron, once a servant of Morgoth, used his Maya nature to craft the One Ring, a supreme magical artifact intended to control all others. His magic was insidious, based on domination and corruption, different in nature from the Elves' beauty or the Valar's elemental power. The Istari, including Gandalf and Saruman, wielded their powers subtly, guiding and inspiring rather than overtly dominating. Their magic often manifested through wisdom, influence, and elemental control, fire, light, and shadow, showing the complexity of magic's role in Middle-earth. Beyond these divine and semi-divine beings, ancient enchantments shaped the lands themselves. From the doors of Durin, hidden entrances protected by spells of light and darkness, to the spells that preserved Rivendell and Lothlorien, magic often worked through subtle, layered enchantments. Take the Barrow Downs, for example, cursed lands haunted by spells of sorrow and death, showing how magic could also be a dark, twisted force tied to ancient histories and vengeance. Magic was also present in the craftsmanship of the dwarves, particularly in their forging of weapons and artifacts infused with power, though their magic was more practical and earthy compared to the spiritual power of the Elves, or Valar. The world of Middle-earth contains mysteries still beyond full understanding. Magic is not just the realm of the Valar or Elves, but lingers in ancient ruins, lost artifacts, and even in the landscape itself. Take the Palantiri, the seeing stones of the Noldor, crystal spheres crafted in Valinor that allowed communication and visions across vast distances and through time. These stones contained a potent magic that transcended ordinary perception, yet they were perilous, for they could be corrupted or manipulated by dark wills, turning sight into madness or deception. The Old Forest, bordering the Shire, is said to be alive with an ancient magic of its own, a wild, untamed power older than even the Shire's hobbits. The trees themselves seem sentient, and strange spells linger here, both protective and malevolent. Old Tom Bombadil, perhaps the oldest living being in Middle-earth, is closely tied to this magic. A guardian whose power defies explanation and resists the influence of the One Ring. Then there are the Barrow-wights, manifestations of ancient curses that survived Morgoth's shadow. Their magic is tied to death, fear, and decay, representing a dark primal force that lingers beneath the surface of the living world. Throughout Middle-earth, magic exists as both creation and destruction, beauty and horror, a duality that defines the very essence of Tolkien's universe. Tolkien's world isn't just shaped by might, it's shaped by whispers, by starlight on ruins, and by words long forgotten. The greatest magic came before the rings, older, deeper, woven into the bones of the world by those who lit the first stars. Which of these forgotten powers stirred your imagination most? Let me know in the comments. And if this glimpse into the ancient magic of Middle-earth sparked your curiosity, be sure to like the video and subscribe for more untold stories from Tolkien's world. Thanks for watching, and as always, see you on the next one.